Welcome back, everybody, to the Inside Us podcast with your host, Nick Racioppi. And look, today's guest has been on the podcast before. It might have been virtual, and it was during times of COVID. But look, shit's a wrap, all right? We're done with that. We're past it, and I can't wait to introduce you guys in person, live in living color, and that's not a joke. Live in living color, my man, Jerry Wallace. Dude, I have to say your name sounds like when you think Jeremiah Wallace, you think that dude for sure fought in the South during the for the Confederacy. Jeremiah Wallace. Like that name is like as Southern as you can get. Like I expected when we work together, obviously. I guess that wouldn't be obvious. That's not an obvious thing. But we worked together, and I remember when they said you were like inbound, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, I guess, like, it sounds like a Southern dude. And quite the contrary. He is a Northeastern black man, which I thought a Southern white man was showing up. And that's just what's cool about names. They're very deceitful.
Well, I mean, what can you do? Because, like, my mom, she took my grandfather's name, his full name, and slapped the Bible name in front of it.
That rips, dude. That rips. Most names are copy and paste. We're all, I guess, essentially like Kinkos of our parents. Oh, yeah. We're just the fucking staples. Like, what you want a 8 by 11, or you want what you want, right? Like John, like anybody that has, because you're not a second, right? You know, suffix. You don't have a suffix.
No.
Yeah, people with suffixes, I feel like, go fuck yourself. You know, like the parents just have no. They're like, well, I want my son to be named after me. Why? Why?
Way to say that you have some shit you still need to live for.
Yeah. It's like, you got nothing going for you, huh? So just no job? You just got no job?
All jokes on the juniors and 2s and 3s and however far you want to take this.
Yeah. The 13th, bro. Henry the 13th. Didn't that motherfucker conquer some shit? Or was it Alexander? Alexander the 13th?
Who cares?
It's all Roman Empire shit. That's that fucking, it's the white people shit. Look, I know you guys are all looking at me if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not and you're listening to it, I'm going to describe my outfit. I literally look like I'm on the cast of Survivor right now. I was going for a very Survivor look. Birkenstock, still waiting on you to sponsor me. I love you guys. I'll literally do anything. I will eat pizza out of a butt. I don't care. And that's just like, that's off the dome. Like sponsor me, right? I want to get sponsored by Birkenstock. These are the best sandals I think I've ever had. Maybe it's too early in the game for me to actually say, but look, I'm on the island, all right? I'm not getting voted off anytime soon. I got a strategy. My man Jerry's on the fucking casting couch, which I actually never really spoke about it either. I've never, because obviously the casting couch is a very famed couch, and if you're unaware of what the casting couch is, just Google it. We won't go over that here, but a lot of guests have asked about the casting couch and what kind of filming are we about to be doing? I'm like, oh, nothing like that. Just a light anal play, like little stuff like that.
Little stuff like that. Or are you just going to bring a white girl in?
And I just had my wife on it. I just had my wife on the podcast. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe we can grace it as the casting couch. I'll cast you for my podcast. That obviously didn't go well. But Jerry has of recent became, you've joined the hood.
Yes, I have joined the hood.
You have joined the hood, and some would say it's the hardest hood around, which is parenthood.
Yeah.
If you guys are wondering, parenthood.
Well, I feel lucky.
Yeah.
I feel grand because I sleep at night.
Yeah.
Most fathers can't say that for a newborn. I sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
I get my beauty rest. My wife's a champ for wanting to, or not wanting to, but appreciating that since I do work during the day and she's a stay-at-home mother, she's willing to let me get my rest. However, I do need to get my shit together on helping out on the home front when I come home.
True.
Because I'm not doing everything I could be doing.
Bro, my kids are like 6 and 4, and I'm still figuring that shit out. Yeah. Like, I just try and do as much as I can. That's all you can do. Yeah. As much as you can. Now, are there more days where I'm helpful? Yes. Are there even more days where I'm not helpful? Yes. So you just figure that shit out. But I will say this. You're very lucky in the sense that your kid, as far as we know right now, doesn't have any issues.
True.
You got a healthy baby. Ain't nothing better than a healthy baby, dog. although it does take like one severe drop to like make it like go away, right? There's a comedian that talks about never holding a baby to completion. His name is Anthony Jeselnik. One of the funniest comedians ever. I think I showed you Anthony Jeselnik. Blonde dude, white I believe white dude. Yeah, that dude's super hilarious. But yeah, dude, like, and here's the thing. When you're in that hood, you're in the trenches, right? And you're too deep sometimes and you can't see when your baby's about to fall off some shit.
He's starting to roll now.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? They're like a little burrito that won't fucking stop moving. And you're like, bro, I'm trying to play video games and you're in my way. Like, stop rolling.
Well, I can't even sit still. So like I'll hold him. We're sitting on the couch, we're hanging out. At a certain point, as much as I want to play with him, I know he's gonna get bored. Yeah. He does get bored. So what that leaves me to do? Walking around like I'm praying to the gods.
Yeah, dog.
And praying to the gods is not
Allah.
It doesn't.
You're not Muslim, right? You're not Muslim.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Although I debate about it sometimes.
All right. I know what you guys are fucking thinking. All right. Who's that dude that's all into like African science? What is he? Dude with the beard. And like they always have him on the memes where it's like a white dude talking about fucking black people, but it's the black dude, the fat black dude that fucking is always preaching about like Africanism.
Oh, I don't remember.
You know
his
who I'm
name.
talking about?
Dr. something.
Yeah.
Dr. something.
Yeah.
He's
I feel like I'm disrespecting his name.
Yeah, he's very radical. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's very extreme.
I think, so you're walking around,
and that's not conducive of playing video games.
Yeah.
So it leads me to watching TV, which I can't just watch stuff. I like to watch anime, but I cannot read that and walk around all the time. So it leads me to watching reruns of comedy.
Cool.
I think I'm at my 5th time watching Joe Coy right now.
Yeah, Joe Coy's the best. Did you do the Live in Seattle one, the one that's like a full-on like show, like the presentation one?
That's where he's bringing all the different people from the Philippines and showing his culture and everything else.
Yeah. I think it's one of the first first comedy specials too, where like he actually brings out like his openers and shit. Like it's obviously like most comedians are just putting out their material. So I guess like it's more I wouldn't say he's the only one because I'm not in the business yet, but like Joe Rogan also puts a lot of people on, like Dave Chappelle puts a lot of people on. So obviously the big names are the ones that are like the most successful, are the ones that are also like bringing up the up and comers. And
I think it's also just like a different flavors, if you will, because Dave Chappelle does it. He did it, Chappelle show in his stand-ups now and again, but he was leaning more towards hip hop. Yeah. So he brought hip hop artists on while he's doing comedy. He does different shows with comedy and hip hop versus Joe Coy. All right, hey, I don't know if you really know much about the Philippines, but I'm going to show you a little bit more about my culture, about b-boying, the other different things that come with it. He's recently taken a bunch of photos with the guy who's just taking the Philippines on his back.
Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Constantly doing
when I was in the Philippines, I almost got a very shitty portrait of him put on my leg. I was like moments away. And then I was like, let me not trust this fucking toothless dude that said he's going to fucking... It was the beginning of the day. I was like damn near sober. Like I was like one beer deep and I was like, dude, fuck it. I'll drink a little bit more. I'll get the fucking tattoo. And he's like, I'll do you up nice, man. I'll do you good. One price only. You know?
Red Horse first and you be fine.
Yeah. And Subic Bay, man, that shit is crazy. I was gonna say this too, like I guess it was recent, but like a little while back, we took a trip, right? And this was actually, I think it was a little bit before we did our first podcast. It was the trip up to Virginia, and I was thinking, with all this stuff going on in Afghan, like you kind of want to hold your life close to you. And I was thinking at the time, we literally almost got T-boned and all died. Right? You remember that?
Bless you, Zach. Or not bless you.
Yeah, it was crazy because, all right, stop. I'm gonna
blessings.
All right. So, story is, we're driving. And if you don't know Virginia, especially in the Quantico area, it's very hilly. So we're coming down this hill. We just finished eating, right? And as we're about to make a right-hand turn, somebody is blowing a red light.
No, we're not even making a right-hand turn.
Where were we going?
Because then we wouldn't have got T-bone. We would have rear-ended. We were taking a left.
Oh, that's right.
So we were at Potomac Mills Circle, wherever the fuck you want to call it, and we were going to take a left. Now, we saw the light turn green. Obviously, for the other assholes, it turned red. And our boy has a truck, and he starts driving. Like, he pauses for a second, and then he starts driving. And then all you hear is Zach say, "Hey, man, you might want to hit the brakes."
Yo.
And we were like, what?
Yo. This shit came out of nowhere, too. This is why it's so funny. He literally went, yo, you might want to press the brakes. That shit was, I've never heard somebody so calm, bro. And I'm not even looking. I think I was up in, because you were, where were you at?
I was in the back.
You were in the back behind me. So me and you would have been good.
No. I was behind Joe.
That's right. He was on the opposite side, so he's seen it.
I was on the driver's side,
bro. I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm like, "Yo, for what?" And as I'm looking, I see the car coming, and I'm like, "Oh!" That's the only shit that came out of my mouth. I went, "Oh!" And Joe's like, "Fucking ooh!" Like trying to fucking steer and shit. He slams on the brakes. The dude only winds up taking up like the fucking front left fender. Yep. Y'all almost died.
That's a fact.
That dude was going at least 45. At least.
Wasn't paying attention.
He was like, whoa, I thought, there's no way. That light was green. It's like, bitch, you were texting.
Now, this is the fun part. So, further on down the line when Joe's trying to get his money.
Yeah.
The dude, he finally got the citation. Apparently, the guy commented saying like, oh, when I looked up, the light was green. Yo, bro, you just snitched on yourself, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Way to say you're on your phone.
Yeah, dog. That's a real crazy way to say I was on my phone. That's a real roundabout way to say I'm on my phone. Texting and driving is crazy because it's one of those things that I do too. But I don't fuck up, and other people do. So I'm not going to tell you to not text, right? Unless it in the state you're in. All right. But sometimes you got to change the song. I get it. But also, don't kill people when you're doing it. I'm trying to think of the other story. Here's the thing. So the other day at work, everybody got their ass chewed about some shit, right? And we'll just leave it loose. We'll leave it loose.
Leave it loose, or what about a 2-hour lunch break?
Yeah. So I don't know about y'all, right? But in the civilian workforce, and I can't believe I just said that. So just in the normal workforce, y'all probably get maybe hour and a half of lunch. I've
seen some people get 30 minutes. Well, and a lot of places get 30 minutes. So I'll give his complaint that. So
I think what we'll do is we'll word it so it can kind of fit. So imagine your job's like, yo, we need you to be like real fit. All right. So from the top, we need you to be fit. Every year we're gonna test you on some shit too. So like don't think that we're not going to test your fitness. We need you to be fit. Tests. And every 6 months, we're going to test your fitness, but in a different way, right? But they're going to be the same tests. They're going to be standardized. And we're going to make sure that, your career kind of depends on this fitness. So if you want to
stronger, not smarter.
If you want to move up, right? You want to get promoted? You want that new job? You want the office in the corner? You better be fit, right? So now the place that we work at, right? So just imagine you like work for a McDonald's, right? And headquarters McDonald's wants you to be real fit. But then you're at a smaller chain McDonald's. And they're like, yeah, around here, fitness is cool and all, but we're worried about your brain, right? We want brains.
We need you to have customers saying, supersize me.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And, at the old franchise I used to work at, everybody was fit. It was like McDonald's. They were only eating the chicken wraps, the grilled chicken Caesar wraps, and maybe the salads, and they'd indulge on a Big Mac every once in a while. Now, right? Imagine getting your ass chewed, right? And they're like, nah, that time that you were allotted to work out and maintain your fitness throughout the day, yeah, we're going to need that back. They said we're going to need that back. And actually, we're going to need you to stay in here. So if you have to eat, either bring it with you or like you run out. It's a smash and grab. Like you just run, come back, you'll eat it in here as well. So imagine, right? You have a set schedule where you're like, all right, I can take my day easy. I can work out during lunch. I got some time Why not? And then it's just ripped from you because we'll say Karen, it's a Karen manager that you have, and she's like, look at me. I'm in height and weight proportion. What do you need all that time for? Just do what I do, which is not work out during the day, right? Because I ain't got shit else to do but bitch about people not being there, right? During lunch, right? So that's what we're going through right now. And I'm just curious to see where you land on it, Jerry, because I feel like if McDonald's wants you to work out, right? Mm-hmm. And that's part of your things that you need to do.
At least we thought.
Now, I guess like you're trying to rationalize why they wouldn't let you. Like it's either before or after.
Well, and see, so like it goes before or after, and I guess like we could even go a little bit step further about the unification of the whole area.
Yeah,
being that we're supposed to be awake at a certain point.
Yeah,
to all be present at the establishment.
True.
So technically speaking, I feel like it's a losing battle.
Yeah, because you got to be up at
a certain time.
You got to be up at 5 anyway.
But you're supposed to be up at 5.
You know, fucking McFlurry machines, they need to get fixed.
They need to be warmed up, fixed. People
Who's
want
opening?
them.
Who's opening?
So like, it could be the fact that there's that, and no one's really abiding by that.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be like the next, like, well, you know,
which I'm guilty. I'm hella guilty. Who
wants to wake up that early?
I'm hella guilty.
To sit around and do what?
I mean, realistically, if like people are like, hey, that's the time, you know, if McDonald's is like, yo, y'all need to be up, it's, you know, it's time. Like, y'all need to be up.
Yeah.
All right, we should be up.
Night shift or not, you got to be up at 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, that time you thought you were going to have after work, nah, we're going to need that because you're going to nap after work because you're up so early before work. And we're going to need you to come in on Saturday.
But now, what I don't agree with, because then you have like another person that's saying that, well, you are allotted 30 minutes of the workday to work out. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What is 30 minutes? Because if I am allotted 30 minutes just to work out, to humor it,
yeah,
am I not showering?
No.
Am I not changing clothes?
No, we're going to need that.
Then if I take 30 minutes, then if we're going with realistic thought process of the workforce,
yeah,
that means I just lost my chow time.
Yep.
My food time to eat.
Yeah.
That's assuming I even brought my food. Because if I still got to go out and come back in, now maybe that's mismanaging my time. But at the same time, maybe I want to leave the office because I don't want to be in there literally from the break of dawn to
that
sunset.
In a windowless room, right? It's called prison, and McDonald's will take that from you. All that vitamin D you thought you were going to be getting, nope. No siree, Bob. And my dogs are going insane downstairs right now.
But you can get vitamin C at McDonald's though. That's guaranteed.
Yeah. Actually, I lost my first tooth to a McDonald's orange juice.
Really?
Swear to God. I'm sucking. No homo. Pause. All that. I'm in the back seat. I'm in a 90. I think it's got to be like a late 90s Oldsmobile. My mom's driving, and then I'm just. And then my mom's like, yo, what just happened? And I'm like, yo, I think I swallowed my tooth. And she said, what? I said, I think I swallowed my tooth. She said, I know, I heard you the first time. How? And I went, I just told you I swallowed my tooth. And I guess it was so loose because it was the front top one that I lost first, I think. It just zonk. Like it was like you were at like a water park and just went down the slide. It was just gone. No tube, nothing.
So, a question, and maybe I'm the weirdo.
Yeah.
I would take my teeth that are getting close to falling out, and I would play with them until they fell out.
Yeah, that's what my son's doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Entire all teeth forced.
We have like psychopaths. We have my son's first 2 teeth on our kitchen counter right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it going to be in a baggy necklace?
It's in a bag. I don't know why my wife wants to keep them. I guess I'm not one for sentimental stuff like that. I have a few things that I've kept from my childhood, but for the most part, like I've honestly like been between houses so much that I've lost like most of my shit. So I don't get the sentiment behind keeping body parts around. I don't get why that's a thing. But her excuse was that her mom did it and now she's doing it, which I guess you cannot blame a Latino woman for the culture, I guess we'll say, because I know damn well my wife doesn't have her tooth, but I'm sure her mom does. Are you planning on keeping the teeth?
So, well, the question, I guess now's the question is, I assume you're not doing the tooth fairy thing then.
We are.
Oh, you are? Okay, so my mom was doing a tooth fairy.
Yeah.
I feel like she had the teeth at some point, but lost said teeth. Mm-hmm. However, she did keep my baby hair, and she kept my first shoes that I was able to put on.
Bro, this is how dumb kids are. My son literally put the tooth under his, like we took the tooth, right? Mm-hmm. We took it. It is sitting in a plastic bag. Like he has seen the tooth since the tooth fairy came. Mm-hmm. It's on the counter, and we gave that motherfucker money. Yo, you didn't put 2 and 2? You didn't put. Hold on, how? Like, you didn't. We gave you the money, and you still think that a fairy came in and gave you that money and just left us the tooth?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And just left us the tooth? We got a baggie of your tooth. It's us, bro. It's us. We are the tooth fairy. And we fucked up the second time, too. I had to give that motherfucker a 20 because that was the only shit I had in my wallet. Now he's thinking like, all right, my investment's already doubled. If I start pulling these pretty porcelains out, I'm about to have maybe $40, maybe $60 on the next return. He's already thinking stonks. He's like, all right, porcelain's obviously, enamel's hot right now. Yeah. Enamel, it's only going up. I got $1 the last time. I gave some more enamel. Now I'm at 20. That's almost 2,000% increase.
That's a good increase.
That's a 2,000. Yeah, that'd be a 2,000% increase, right? The stock's going up. So now I have to check his ass. I'll be like, nah, stock's down. Your ass gets 50 cents the next one. It's like, fuck, the market is crashing. And he is just melting. Like he would just be melting before, like that morning of. But no, have you ever gotten your ass chewed? Because the whole reason I started that whole McDonald's thing, it started with you guys kind of getting your ass chewed. Like that was literally how the manager said it, right? That was like, it's like, here's your, Monday morning ass chewing. Have you ever had your ass chewing so bad? Like, I would like to know, one, what was like your worst ass chewing where you were like, all right, I deserve that one, but like it was just like too much. Like you felt like it was too much in the moment, if you can remember one. And then I have another one where like, what was your funniest ass chewing?
Okay.
So what's the worst one that you feel was warranted, but in the moment you were just like, yo, I could dead ass fight this motherfucker right now?
I kind of got loosely 3.
Okay.
One that I thought was more sentimental.
Yeah.
One that I thought that I did not deserve, and I understand why it was happening.
Who was it from? Was it a boss or was it your like
boss?
Wife?
So all 3 from our bosses. So the first 2, one sentiment, one whatever, and then the one that I thought was funny was also technically a boss. He was also just a senior leader. So the first one, I failed my advanced course, and I
think I heard this one.
And like it is what it is on what happened. I can only blame myself for how I played the game. So I'm gonna let myself lose that battle. But one of the leaders that I didn't even know that I let down came up to me and he was like, "Yo, like, what the fuck is up?"
He said, "Fuck's up, dog."
What the fuck is up, dog? And I was like, I don't know, this and that. He's like, you're letting down the black community, and he socked me in the stomach, and I was like, "Yo, word, motherfucker, you Puerto Rican, dog? Like, what is this shit?" And you're Afro Latino, but like, goddamn, dog, like, what the fuck is this?
He said that though.
Oh yeah,
that's so funny.
So I'm just like, seriously, like, okay, all right, I'll do better next time.
Yeah, be better, dog. Be better. That's been his motto right to me lately. He said, "You coming in late? You just you in whatever you want." He said, "We just need you to be better, dog." It's like, all right.
The second one, And this is what me and Aaron were talking about. Like we kind of loosely touched on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you said y'all would circle back, but that was like my first interview, so I didn't know how to circle back. Now I got my big boy pants on.
This dude that we both had issues with, that was our leader at the time. This guy kind of like, I felt, hid behind the billet because he didn't really actively try to be a leader. He kind of just held a persona, if you will. And there's nothing wrong with that. I could have been the senior guy.
He wanted you to fix shit, and he was telling you to fix it, but like they wanted you to know that it, like, they're coming at you as the manager, not...
Well, not even that. He didn't even tell me, like, all the things that I kept getting blamed for.
Yeah.
I didn't know about until the Bitch Fest came. That's when it came out. So, like, I'm getting dogged in a corner because, again, like, you know, like, we're on, call it a boat.
Yeah.
He's in his corner. I'm in my corner with the other younger guys. I'm the senior dude. He thought, without telling me, that I would teach these young brothers some things, and that's fine.
Because you could.
I could, but talk to me.
Yeah, you never
Tell
asked.
me. You never told me anything that you thought I was going to do. You assumed.
Yeah.
Goddamn assumptions.
Bro, that I've had my ass chewed plenty of times. You can obviously tell I have a mouth to me. So like was the first one was your funny one? That was the one
No.
Yeah, what's your first one?
No, the first one is sentimental, like I took that to heart. The second one being like, there's more to talk about that one. The third one I'm gonna have is gonna be the funny one because I thought the situation was just hilarious.
Yo, one of the worst ass chewings I ever felt, and it like cut deep. Since you started with that one, it cut deep because it was a dude that I looked up to. Right?
Okay.
It was like, I'm gonna say it, Gilday. That was Papa back in the day. All right, and he got mad at me. He didn't NJP me or nothing like that, but like he was mad at me because I showed up hungover, right? And I was underage. And this was before I got NJP'd, so you can obviously see where like the escalation of like my fuck ups were going.
Yeah.
And I showed up to PT, and I tell you, dude, he ran our dicks into the dirt because of me. I don't remember the first we ran to on PT Road. You can go all the way to like French Creek.
Yeah.
I don't even remember anything before the turnaround point. That's how like fucked up I was. And I get back, and I finished like 4th or 5th, but I was normally number 1.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was the quicker dude in the gathering. And I got my dick pushed in for like weeks. And then he finally was like, look, I don't want to do this anymore, but like, get your shit together. And that's like all he had to say to me. That's how fucking dumb I was too. I was like, why is he doing this? Like I didn't even put two and two together. I was just like, damn, he's fucking me up like lately. And then one of the funniest ones I've ever had. So I don't know if you guys know this. I'm not supposed to drink and walk, especially when I'm in the attire that I'm supposed to be, right? That obviously goes for the both of us. So you're not supposed to drink while you're walking. You have to stop. The same goes for texting. Like you have to stop. I don't understand how that's unprofessional. It's unprofessional, I guess. And I'm walking. My boy's like, if you're looking at yourself as like a clock, looking forward would be 12 o'clock.
Okay.
He was at my like 4 or 5 o'clock behind me. I'm walking in front of him. And this dude stops us. This dude stops us out of nowhere. And I'm like, yo, this dude's really nice. He's like, hey, what's up, fellas? And we're like, oh, hell. So you can already tell.
He didn't even do
You can already tell. You can already tell, right? If you guys didn't see that, you can already tell what type of person he is, right? So he's like, "What's up, fellas? Y'all enjoying the weather?" He's like, "We were in Italy at the time. It was like summertime." He's like, "Y'all enjoying the weather? It's nice out, right?" He's like looking up at the sky, right? And I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, fuck yeah!" Like, what's up? And he goes, "Yeah, no, I just had a question. So when I saw y'all over there, can y'all help me? I can't remember. It's in the desert, right? And you know, like when it's real hot,
yeah,
and you can see like this wavy shit.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, like when you see that off in the distance. He's like, what is that? I can't find the word. And he's like, and me and my boy were both like looking at each other, like, oh, mirage, yeah, mirage. And we're literally talking. And then we look at him and we go, yeah, it's a mirage. He's like, oh, that's crazy because I must have seen a fucking mirage. Yo ass was drinking and walking right behind him, and you ain't want to say shit. And he's like looking at both, like we're like, oh my God. And he's like, get your asses at parade rest. I don't give a fuck. Like he just started laying the fuck into us, right? And I couldn't even be mad because the way he entered it, it was so like on a switch. It was like after we were done, and I looked at my boy, and like, you know, like when you get your ass chewed by your mom, and you got siblings, right? So like when you get your ass chewed, and then like you and your sibling are like discussing, like, I don't know, was it you? I don't fucking know. Like you, and like you're like going back and forth, and we're like. Like when he walked away, we're like, oh, were you drinking? He's like, yeah, I was drinking. I was totally fucking drinking and walking. And he was a dude from oh fuck, where's Tommy Boy from? I think he was from Connecticut or something like that. And no, Rhode Island. I think it was Rhode Island. And it was just funny as fuck. So he's like got like a little bit of a Rhode Island accent, and he's like, you know, it was just fucking hysterical because then like we're bickering back and forth as he's walking away. He walked away. Funniest shit in my life, dude. I gotta stop doing this, especially while I'm recording. But what are you gonna do? Yeah. I don't want to gut it. Yeah. So what's the funny one?
I'll get to the funny one.
Yeah. Sorry, I completely interrupted your shit.
Or about it. The other one, to cut it to a close, I went drinking out in Thailand with some friends, and I didn't come back with my group. I came back with my actual peer group.
Yeah.
Because I went with the younger group.
Yeah.
When I came back, I always came back late. So I got my shit pushed in. This guy's barking at me the entire time. This senior guy with my my direct boss, and he's just bitching me out, saying how much of I'm a piece of shit. What am I not doing for this group? This and that. And then my boss chimes in now and again. And it was a degrading conversation the whole way through it. All I can think about is, God, this is justifying why I want to get the fuck out of this group.
Yeah.
It's really just justifying it. And then the entire time I'm like going through it, I'm just listening. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the silver lining of this. So I'm trying to find something so it's not wasting my time. They leave. His boss, for my senior leader, his boss comes up to me. He's like, hey, I heard how he talked to you, and I know that wasn't right. I was like, you know what? I know he doesn't like me.
It is what it is.
Exactly. It is what it is. I don't care. I'll be better.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I get it.
Now, for the funny one, and I love this dude to death, mind you. At this moment, I know I disrespected him.
Yeah.
I know I completely disrespected him, so I'm completely in the wrong. However, I love physical comedy.
Yeah.
So, and this is because it's more of a physical aspect. So, I'm taller than this dude. He's trying to bitch me out. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I'm well placed next to a mound. He stands on the mound to life me out.
Insane.
And he's still shorter than me. So I'm still looking down at this dude while he's bitching me out for something that I lied about. And this is like the one time I've lied in the military. Yeah. And he's just like, blah, 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 this isn't that. Like, well, the fuck did you lie to me? Yeah. And I again, respect the dude. I understand why I fucked up, and I get it. However, I'm still looking down at him, and I'm just seeing this small guy just getting it, and I'm just like, I really want to laugh right now, and it's gonna completely take it away from this. I'm gonna get dropped. Yeah. So I don't want to do that.
That shit happened to me too, because like I had a leader, and it was like one of the few times I lied too, and I had told people that we had went to the armory. Right? I had told my superiors that we went to the armory. We did not. This is the same deployment. They were like, all right, just make sure we're there to clean weapons, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. Yo, boys, we're sleeping in tomorrow morning. I was like, I'm gonna score y'all some sleep. And this is when I started getting confident because I was like, you know, I'm a leader, right? Like I'll handle it. If anything were to happen, I'm the one that's getting bitched out for it. So I made sure I took the fall. And I would have gotten away with it too. It was if it wasn't for those measly fucking what's the Scooby-Doo shit? He says those meddling kids, those meddling armorers, dog. He snitched. He snitched. He was like, yeah, no, I wasn't even at the armory today. Oh, what are you doing, bro? Whoa. And then he showed up late and he was like, nah, I haven't seen them all day. Oh, you went out of your way, dog. You went out of your way. So now I got like negative paperwork on me, and I'm getting upset because I'm getting upset at myself because I lied, right? And whatever. But like the same situation, dude is yelling at me, but he's like, muy pequeño. So it was like so hard not to fucking laugh. I've had my ass chewed by so many tiny men. It is insane. I was at my advanced course, and for all of you that don't know, there's a part where you're like in a defense and you got to dig a foxhole, but then it turns into a fighting position. And they tried bitching us out because there were previous sandbags.
Yeah.
So then they started blowing our shit up. Well, we're getting yelled at from inside the hole. And I'm like, this is low-key funny. Because we're like, I'm just thinking, like, imagine getting yelled at while you're on the toilet. Right? Like, that's what it felt like. Like, we were just kind of stuck. And we were just like, all right, yep. So then they start kicking in the shit. But it's not budging. So I'm watching them stomp the shit, and it's not going anywhere. So then they take one of those Sims. Nothing moves. It doesn't budge. So then some of the loose dirt on top, they start just kicking that shit in, and then they told us to move. But it was like hilarious because like we're like, yep, and then they throw that shit in, and obviously we like take cover and shit outside of it. But it was insane. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm trying to think of other ass chewings that I had. Because, like, did your mom ever yell at you? Did you have, like, personal yellings?
This one's my favorite. There's a lot that she's done, but this one's my favorite. I come back home from school. I already had a shitty day. Among other days, I had a really shitty day. And I come home, I kind of just want to play. This is when Call of Duty Modern Warfare is out. I just want to just play the game and just be done. Yell at the TV. Hear some young gamers hit the hard R and just be done with it. That's what I want to do. I want to yell at these people
trying to be in that group chat.
Yep. And I get stopped by my mom right at the door. And she's like, I had a dream about you. And I'm like, oh, shit. Not even my girlfriend.
What's in the dream?
Apparently, I punched my mom in the dream.
Never hit mom.
Never hit mom. Never hit a good woman.
Yeah.
Unless she's like that girl in the Steelers game smacking a nigga. Hey.
That reminds me of that video, too. You remember that grocery store video? She, like, winds up and hits him, and then he just, like, turns around. Or, no, it's on the subway. And he slaps the absolute life out of her.
God bless.
So she hits you.
She doesn't even hit me. She gets in my face to see if I will hit her. Because she's trying to reenact the dream. Mm-hmm. I don't find out about the dream until later. But she gets in my face, and she's just barking. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to deal with this shit, dog. Like, real talk. I just dropped my shit and walked out the door. I was like, I'll see you later. Like, I don't got time for this.
So you didn't play?
I didn't play. I went to my friend's house, kicked it for 3 hours.
I got the fucking hiccups right now. Are you kidding me?
Kicked at my friend's house for 3 hours, and then I just came back, and then she told me about the dream. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
There was one time we got caught. It's funny as fuck. We got caught by the cops stealing Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Ooh. Been there, done that.
My brother and I, we were slick. We'd already done it before.
Yeah.
We've done the job. Hiccups. Sorry, guys.
You need me to scare you?
I'm trying to hold my breath a little bit. So, damn, dog. It's really knocking off my train of thought. So I grabbed one of the small ones.
Yeah.
And that was the normal gig. We would just we would grab singles, like the little starter packs. Yeah. Maybe 4 or 5 of them.
You aren't even ballsy. You didn't get the 10s.
No.
Yeah, we out here leaguing.
No. We were smart about it, so we didn't get caught. We were like, oh, what's that? Over the counter. And then just like slip it into our coat jackets.
Oh, you kept the whole package. You didn't even take them out the package.
It was insane.
Okay.
So we got ballsy. And by we, I mean my brother. And this is a 7-Eleven or a Quick Check. It was a Quick Check. And we're walking out. And you feel the arm on you. And it's like, ooh, we're going to need that. We're going to need you to come back inside for a minute. And there's already cops in the store. That's how dumb we were. We did it while cops were in the store.
What are you going to do?
So the arm's on us. We're like, oh, shit. They're like, empty your pockets.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck. All right. So I take out the 4 or 5 that I had. Bro, when I tell you, it was the funniest unveiling I've ever seen in my life. My brother unzips his jacket. He's got, the boxes that the starter packs are in?
Yeah.
He had the whole box. That's how he got caught. They saw him. They saw him take the whole fucking. He had the whole shit, and he was like, "They're like, we need to. We're about to call your parents. Where's the like? What's the phone? What was the phone number?" And we were like, we said the phone number, bro. I've never received a belting as hard as that, and that was like at the beginning of summer.
Yeah,
it's a wrap. We didn't touch some streets for like 2 months. There was no nothing. It was like straight to your room. You done ski.
Let me share you a story that I put my mom in a racial dilemma.
That's interesting.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Interesting. So, my friend, being white, that I was stealing cards with, we were at a Walmart in Roswell, Georgia, and this is the funniest thing is I've never known his parents. His parents being one white, one Asian. I'm not going to be very specific about it.
Yeah.
But I've never known his dad to be prejudiced until this day. And
Asians are very racist.
Well, I thought the Asian would have been.
Oh,
I thought.
Interesting.
Now being a little bit older, you would have thought, but in this case, it's this guy. It's the white father. So I'm like, okay, well, this is very interesting. Mm-hmm. And we get caught at Walmart, and mind you, very sloppy, getting careless. Now, we were more extreme. We were taking it out of the packages, stuff in our pockets.
With the individual cards?
Yes.
Y'all are Captain Insano. Y'all just left the wrapper?
We left the wrapper. Pieces of shit.
Bro, that's multiple crime. That's like littering. They're about to throw the book at your black ass.
Well, our thing was we didn't need the alarm thing going off when we passed by. Mm-hmm. So we were like, we don't want to take our chances with that. So we're digging through, taking our time to getting everything. And we're doing our circles, not thinking about cameras, nothing else. Because we're kids. We're not paying attention. We're not really real thieves. Yeah. We're just
trying to at least
me being a poor community, him being a little bit more middle class.
Yeah.
And we
ain't had no McDonald's money, bro.
Yep, exactly. Trying to get this Monopoly money.
Yeah,
trying to stack them in cars, get Kentucky, Illinois. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Trying to get all red cards. But instead, we don't get someone to touch our shoulder. When we walk out, someone's like, hey, come real quick. I want to talk to you about something. And we're dumb, like, oh, okay. We're already out of the store. We could have took off. Could have been fine. We came up, and he's like, hey, do you mind coming to the table real quick? He had the table laid out already, set up. And he was like, yo, can you dump your pockets? And I'm like, oh, shit. So we dump our pockets. And he says, like, all right, cool. I need you to call your parents. He calls his father. I call my mother, seeing that I'm a single parent household. And my mom's listening. His dad's listening about what's going on. Who has bigger pile? I obviously had the bigger pile because I thought I was quicker with the situation.
Yeah.
And they're both looking at it, listening to this cop talking about it. And as he's done talking, my friend's dad, and it stays with me because I just think about like what did this put my mom in the position of? And he's like, this is why you don't hang out with these people. Now, this could be two levels, right? This could be racist.
Yeah.
This could be classist.
Yeah.
Because again, we are on a different playing field financially and racially.
Yeah. So
it could be played as, oh, he's talking about black people. Mm-hmm. Or he's talking about that we're poor, because we are technically poor.
Yeah.
I'm as Dave Chappelle said, I'm living well enough to be poor amongst whites.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. So your mom, did they call your mom?
Well, my mom's there.
Yeah.
Immediately, without question, after he says the sentence, punches me in the gut and says, why the fuck did you put me in this position? And
she was already dragging.
Oh, man. I was like, I didn't even get it. But then again, like, that didn't even register with me. She always like warned me, telling me conversations, give me these talks about her generation, what she had to deal with. But I've never really, like, it didn't fully like come full circle until maybe when I was older. I'm thinking about the situation that I put her in and that conversation, the statement that he said. I'm just like, what the hell? And I only started thinking about it. Mind you, again, it would be different. He's from the South and he's just being a Southern brother.
Yeah.
This dude was in the Navy.
Ooh.
So later on, after I joined the military, and he talks to me later, he's like, "Oh, which would you put? What flag would you put in the front house?" I'm like, "The Marine Corps flag." Come on, man. No duh. And he's like, "No. What other flag would you put?" I'm like, "The American flag." He's like, "That's damn right, damn right." And then he's like, "Yeah, I was in the Navy," and I was like, that gave me less respect for you now.
Yeah.
Now thinking about the past of things you said leading up to this point, you actually were taking away from your civilization, went to the military, was surrounded by diversity, and you're still a piece of shit.
Yeah.
God bless.
Damn, son. All that diversity. And that, you know.
And you know he had them cooks.
Yeah.
You know he had them cooks.
Yeah. Damn, son. Because, like, we were in the poor neighborhood as well. We were a little bit more well. I think if we had to classify ourselves, it would be middle class. But we had the same situation, but like we would have our black friends. So I would always see my mom like side eyeing, but I never got it. I was like, "What? It's my friend." And then like we would have shit going missing, and we're like, she's like, "Oh, like who took it?" And the craziest shit was it was never my friends of color. It was always my white friends that took my shit. Or Spanish dudes. Like, where's your PSP? And at that time, I was just like, oh, I'll just get another. Like, I don't know where it's at. And that's like before you had the concept of money.
Yeah.
My mom's like mad as fuck. She's like, I don't know where your PSP's at. You're not getting another one. I'm like, okay. But like, I don't know where it went. And to this day, I never solved that mystery. Still have no idea who took it.
So is this case closed, or you gonna reopen this file?
I don't know. I mean, I'm still looking for my dad.
Hey.
So like, that's the type of detective I am.
PSP thief. Own it up.
And
it's
I
been
had
some
asked
years
him,
now, dog.
And here's the thing too: is like when you're a kid and like your mom's like, go ask your friends if they took it, and like now you're in that awkward position where it's like, yo, so like I don't want to do this, but like my mom, she's like bugging about my PSP's missing. I don't know where it's at, and like now, like you don't want it to feel like you're blaming them, but you are. So like I'm like, I mean, you were the only one there, like with me, and then like you remember that time I had to go to the bathroom, and you were in my room. Do you know like who took it? And you're like roundabout asking them like, you think you know who took it? And they're like, nah, wasn't me. Literally, the easiest way to lie is just to say no.
It wasn't me.
No, I don't know. And they hit you with that, whoa, that's crazy. It's gone? Like, just gone? Like that? Like, it's just, you don't know where it went?
That's crazy.
And, like, you're, like, just affirming how much they've gotten away with it?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, like, I don't know where it's at all. And they're like, that's crazy. Yeah, no, I don't know. So I essentially just got my pockets ran for a fucking... But you're young. You learn from that shit. And that's what... So, like, my son's getting into Pokemon cards. I'm like, yo, you need to stop trading that shit. Because, like, one, I could feel you robbing people, right? Because, like, he'll trade some bullshit that he's not, like, a holographic for a holographic. But the holographic that he's getting in return feels like it's way worth, like, way more than what he's giving.
Yep.
I remember there was one time I had finessed a kid that lived near me. He had just gotten like a toy for his birthday, and then I finessed him with one of my older toys, and I was sitting there like for like a day and a half playing with his shit. And then his mom came to my mom and was like, yo, I don't know where your fucking son gets off, but I need that toy back. And she's like, what toy? What are you talking about? And I guess my mom never like really put two and two together. Like, oh, where'd you get that from? I'm sitting here playing with this kid's toy, like in the living room while she's bitching about it. I'm like, oh, it's right here. I got it. It's right here. It's right here. You can have it.
It's okay.
Yeah, she was fucking mad. That was the same yard I blew my chest out for the first time. Have you ever knocked the wind out of you? So I'm telling you right now, this was like the deepest I've ever fallen in my life. I was like 6 years old. And I jumped. You remember those old play school like rocket ships? It had like wings, but you could climb up it, and there's like a mid deck, and then there's like the roof to it. It's like an old like play school. It's like hard plastic. All right. Well, I'll try and put the picture here. It literally, bro. I jump off the top of this thing, and I'm feeling like I'm fucking Superman. I'd done it before, right? I jump off. I land. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, bro. I felt like. So you just want to fucking whip? I'm like fucking God in my fucking.
Are you landing on turf? Or are you landing on
grass? This is like grass, like maybe some broken glass. Like it's fucking. It's the hood, bro. It's the hood. Maybe a little bit of dirt, a little bit of patch of grass, sidewalk, and I jump off this shit, and my neighbor, the one that I finessed the toy with, this is like before that. I'm like, yo, peep this shit. I'm about to launch off this thing. He's like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, he's like being sound about it. He's like, all right, well, I mean, either way, that's cool. Like, if you land it, it's cool. Like, you're going to be legendary. I was like, all right. So I was like, done it before, whatever. I jump. My feet slip. Shoop. Like a fucking cat on like a slippery surface. Bro, went to jump and nothing but like my torso hit the ground. And I just fucking hit the... Get my mom. Get my mom. Get my mom. I thought I was going to die, bro. And I blow my chest out and I'm trying to like grasp for air. He's laughing because I'm fucking aired out saying stupid shit. Right? And I'm like, oh my fucking God. At that same house, I also pissed my pants slipping on ice. There's a lot of memories at that house. I fucking, bro, my mom's like jiggling the keys trying to get it in the door, and we have like a patch of ice right next to the fucking, like right in front of the door. And I got to pee, and we just got back from I forget where. And I hit the straight up like Scooby-Doo, like fall on my ass, and I'm just watching myself pee. I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm mad at my mom because like I remember yelling at her like, you couldn't open the door. And I'm like just still peeing. I'm like I'm sprawled out at the front door, like just like looking, like trying to get up. You know, like when you try and get up from a complete prone position, like you're laid back and you're like trying to just sit straight up. I was trying to do that, but I wound up just looking at myself pee on me. And she's fucking like crying, laughing. And I'm mad because she's laughing at the situation I'm in because she couldn't open up the door. And I'm literally, I go straight to the bathroom. I'm mad as hell. And I think, I don't even know what happened after that, bro. It was traumatic. That whole house, bro. It was like a single bedroom, but like me and my mom split the bedroom. We didn't have that much money. So like my bed was on one side and then her bed was on the other side of the room. And then it was like the kitchen and the living room met. Like they were like one in, like the kitchen started where the carpet ended.
Oh yeah,
it's like one of those houses. It's fucking insane, bro. That place, I had cut my hand on a fucking rusty ass swing that we had in the front yard. I've been through some shit, bro. It's the more insane, even more morbid. The house, so like the main street, it was like right off the main street. The house that was on the main street.
Yeah.
I watched the dude burn like alive, like out the back window of that place. Like the shit was on fire, right? And like the kitchen window, you could see just that house. And this man is just fucking like dying, right? Obviously, he's fucking burning alive.
Yeah.
And the house is just going up in smoke. And I'm like curious as fuck what's going on. I think my mom had like ran to the store. Yeah. So I'm like in the house, chilling by myself. I just hear this dude screaming. I hear all the sirens and shit. It was insane. Like, and that I was like 5. I think I had seen like my first death. I was like 5. It was like way too young to be seeing death. But this dude was like out the back window, like help. And I'm like, all you see is just my eyes like this through the fucking window. And I remember like, oh, that's crazy. Like I can't even die. Like I don't know who to call. Like I don't know. Which is even worse for the predicament because I'm home alone.
Yeah.
What if something happened to me?
You call 911. That's cool. You tried. You shot your shot, right?
That's a wrap.
Do you know the street names?
I didn't even know what number 9 was. I don't remember those numbers at that time. That was like pre-K, maybe kindergarten. I'm still like, if you ask my son right now, he's 6. He still fucks up what number 9 is. It's like, bro. You've been going to school for how long?
It's the upside down 6.
That shit's crazy, dog.
So I think that's funny because it's the weight that you put on a boy to be a man.
Yeah, is
to
crazy.
Do things, right? So, and because that reminds me of when I was getting babysat in Long Beach, California. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you're from Long Beach, California, you know that it's
a bad area.
It's a bad area. And it is what it is. But my mom is a patrol cop at this time, and she leaves me at the babysitter's house. And this guy has 2 daughters. I don't know if there's a mother in the picture. I just know the man, 2 daughters. That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
And we're playing Candyland.
Okay.
Playing Candyland. We went from playing Link to playing Candyland. And while we're playing Candyland, Obviously, this is the day of many days that we hear gunshots.
Yeah.
So what do? I run into the back room because I know protocol. Run in the back room. I'm going underneath some
Shelter
type of
in place, dog.
Exactly. I leave the girls behind.
Are they younger than you?
I don't remember at this
How
point.
old are you?
Maybe 5.
Okay.
Maybe 5, 6.
Old enough to remember, but not enough to do shit.
Yeah. I ain't shit. And I run back there, and the girls finally come, but they're crying. And the father's like, "Why didn't you take the girls?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "I thought they knew the drill. Gunshots, you run to the back, you find cover, you stay low to the ground. You're not trying to get shot." And he's like, "But you're supposed to be a man, this is and that." And he's giving me this whole man thought process. And I'm like,
bro, I'm 5.
Like, fuck all that.
I can't even pee on my own right now.
I'm a human being.
Yeah.
They're human beings. Hey.
If I see somebody doing something.
We're in a safe space.
Yeah.
All I saw right then and there is you didn't prepare your daughters.
True.
Hey, I'm sorry. This is very morbid, but sounds like they the weakest link.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what you're yelling at me for. You ain't prepare them. What you mad at me for? I'm 5.
And then I never went to that house ever again, or at least I don't have any more memories of that house.
Yeah. Bro, I remember getting dropped off at the babysitter. You ever have a babysitter you like just didn't like, but like you had to get dropped off there anyway because you knew they were like your mom, just like that's where they dropped you off?
So I didn't have that. Although I would say my first babysitter was a nice white girl named Paula.
Yeah.
Explains my wife's situation at this point.
Damn, son. Yeah, I had quite the opposite experience. There was a house that I would constantly get dropped off at that I didn't want to go to. And I would be cool with their kids. And I remember like playing out in the neighborhood, but that was literally like where I realized that like, oh, I'm the weakest link here. Like motherfuckers were like balling and shit.
Yeah.
They're touching rim. My goofy white ass was just fucking there. And I'm like trying to dress the way they dress. Like I thought I had some like G units. Like I literally, bro, I tried to get my first pair of Jordans. I remember this shit so fucking vividly. And I asked my mom, I was like, yo, can I have some Jordans? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to get you the shoes. Right? And she shows up. She's got this box. First of all, it's a box. And they're Shaqs. Right?
Oh, hey. It's still a black man on them.
Bro. Let's see if I can find these things. Oh shit! I open up the box, right? I'm like, all right. I like the symbol looks weird, but like I don't know if these are Jordans or not. I wanted like the Air Force Ones, like those were the Jordans I wanted.
Yeah,
the like classic red and whites, like those ones.
He's in the air. He's flying.
Yes.
Not after the dunk,
bro. I unboxed this shit. I can't, bro. I unboxed this shit. And they are like black and white, like cheetah striped or like zebra striped. They're black and white. And I'm like, yo, these are not, I asked for, and I didn't get shoes that often. So I could see in her face, she was like, you like them? So I had to like suck it up and be like, yeah, like they're sweet. And I got absolutely violated every time I walked around in those. I walked around in them and they like anytime I'd be like fuck you, like, you know, that's why you wear AND1. Do you remember when like AND1 wasn't the shit? That's why you wear AND1. They're like, look at them goofy ass zebras you got. Like I would just get fucking violated. I'm already the white kid and now I'm like wearing whack ass shit. So it was just such a fucking humbling experience. Bro, that was enough to like cry into your pillow, dog. I remember like there was like numerous days where I would like come home and I would be like, I just didn't even want to talk to my mom. I was like, the amount of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Grief you're putting me through. And then you're going to drop me off in that neighborhood every fucking day for the next 5 days. It hurt me.
Did they tell you to tan?
Huh?
Did they tell you to tan?
Yeah, bro. I tried getting tanner so I could be more black, dog.
I'm in Hawaii and I'm rolling with a bunch of white dudes. It is what it is. It's inevitable. And that's who I work with. Like, it's mainly white guys and it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm good with being token. I'm not going to play bass. It will be fine. We're walking down the beach on Waikiki.
Yeah.
And I see a group of black guys with this one white dude. He's paler than you. And they're talking shit to this dude.
Yeah.
They're saying, yo, Dan, you can't be hanging around with us being this pale. You need a tan. You need a tan up. And
we're not talking that red shit neither. We're talking like tan. We need you tan.
Now, I'm sure the guy's probably Irish because he's pretty pale.
Yeah.
So I'm just
freckles
like,
and shit.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just like, he's not going to tan. He's going to burn.
Yeah.
What you're asking for is him to be Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, you're asking him to change his genetics.
Yeah. They had the audacity when they saw us, me and my group pass by. And the guy was like, oh, do you want me to be tan like them? Because now I'm with some tan guys. This is some good looking dudes. Most of them are Italian. They can tan. So they're like, yeah, you need to be tan like them. They're like, then he was like, well, what about the one black guy? And they're like, oh, he ain't black.
Ooh, that was to you?
That was to me. And I was just like, I look back and I'm like, I'm tatted up. Y'all not tatted up. I feel like I'm more hood than you. I definitely have been in more hood places.
The white dude said you weren't black?
No. The black dudes said I wasn't black.
Wow.
And I'm just like, y'all look too young to be in Hawaii. So either you're in the military or you've been living a good life out here. So I don't want to hear that shit talking about I'm not black.
Yeah. Bro, I can't even imagine. That would be like white people saying I'm not white. I can't even imagine somebody saying that. Lately I've been saying I'm fucking black and gay, but that's fucking hysterical. That's just me trolling
black,
people.
Gay and beautiful.
Yeah. I said on the video the other day that I said I was the tall Kevin Hart. Oh fuck. So how's being a dad? Like as far as because he's 6 months now, yeah?
Mm-mm. He looks like he should be 6 months. That
He's
brother is 4 months as of, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, it was like April, right? It was April.
4 months. He just got measured today.
I still got your diapers.
Huh?
I still got your diapers.
What you gonna do about it?
Bro, how shitty.
This man, my son is born April 25th, the day before my birthday. And this guy's like, oh, yeah, I got you something, And he's like, I'm going to get you some diapers. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like you would think like this man would have got the diapers to me well before the woman popped. And he's like, and then she pops. So then I'm obviously I'm going to take leave and be with my son and my wife for 2 weeks and hang out. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got your diapers. So then I come back to work. Now we're playing phone tag now because now we're looking at it as I come back to work, he's gone. He comes back to work, I'm gone. And it's just like, hey, man, but look, check this out. I still got them diapers.
Bro, I've had those diapers in my garage for like 4 months because I got them when he was born. They are size newborn.
That boy thick now. He ain't getting in those shits,
bro. It's gonna be like trying to get like 5 pounds of pudding in the fucking a 3-pound bag.
So I mean, like he's weighing 20 pounds and 4 ounces, and I think if I recall correctly in the measurements, he is 26 3/4.
That's a thick ass baby.
He's gonna be a big boy.
Yeah,
he's just growing.
Well, because you're tall too. Is your wife's side of the family tall?
That's the beautiful part about it. The mother's tall. The brother's tall, and apparently at some point in time, the father was also tall. However, apparently nutrition and working out is a thing. So if you want to not have your height, I guess, slowly deteriorate, you need to keep doing things.
You don't like your father-in-law?
No, it's not that I don't like him. I'm just saying he's just shorter. So all this time, I thought my mother-in-law liked short dudes.
Yeah.
Couldn't find out they were the same height. I'm just like, yo, dog, what happened there?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're a tall family.
Yeah.
I already come from a tall family. Apparently, I was the runt from the family when it comes to shoe size. Yo, this baby's about to be a monster.
I remember to this day the first pediatrician I ever went to that I could vividly remember. She's like, "Oh, you gonna be 6 foot?" I'm like, "For real?" I didn't even know what that meant. I thought that was tall. I thought that was Yao Ming status. I was like, "Oh, for real? I'm gonna be 6 foot." So all my life I told people I was gonna be 6 foot. I was like, yeah, pediatrician said I'm getting tall, but she said I'm gonna be a well over 6 foot. Bro, I got to high school and I was like, yep, senior year, this is it. Right? This is it. I'm done. It's gonna be a wrap. I've been 5'10" since 9th grade.
I'm sorry.
Since 9th grade, bro. And actually, I think I was 5'9" in 9th grade, and then I was 5'10", like later, like I think junior year is when I sprouted up like an extra inch. And I was like, yo, fuck that. Fuck. I was like, for a large portion of my life, I was like, fuck Asian pediatricians. Fuck them. Like,
she was gaslighting.
She gaslighted the fuck out of me. I was like, I'm gonna be fucking tall. I'm gonna be, muscular. Because that was before I knew health and fitness was a thing, and that working out was what gave you muscle. So I was like, yeah, I thought it was like Spider-Man, like when he fucking wakes up the next day after the spider bite, and he's like, oh shit. He's like, oh, I thought you just got cocked, because like there were kids in high school that like over the summer they got fucking ripped, and I was like, oh, my shit's coming, bro. My shit's coming, and boy, oh boy, did it not. I was 150 pounds for like all of my high school career. And yeah, it wasn't until like 2015, 2014 when I really started to put on some size. And now look at me, we're just fucking bicking back being bull. It irks me how much she and doctors sometimes like in the name of medicine are just like weathermen. Like, don't lie to me because you have a hunch. Take more than a hunch.
It's an educated guess.
Do some motherfucking research before you start telling 5-year-olds that they're going to be over 6 foot. Fuck you. It fucked with me. I had a resentment for Asian people for a while.
I will say, if my son is not 6 feet or higher, I'm just going to point and be like, hey, blame it on your mom.
It does skip a gen. It skips a gen. So like, yeah, because here's the thing is like I have no family to really like go off, like biological family to really like go off of. So I can't be like, oh well, my uncle's tall.
Yeah,
can't do that. I ain't got none of that. I will say some of my extended family that's like through like a couple. They're like I guess they're like part of my family's related to them, but it was like weird, and I still don't even know if everybody's blood or not. But everybody that I'm like related to is pretty tall. So hopefully just being around tall people, you become tall. If that's a thing. That'd be nice. It's like you kind of catch tallness. Because I know my kids are going to be super tall because my in-laws, not one person under 6 foot.
Really?
Not one person.
Got some height.
Not one person under 6 foot. And my wife's tall. Like my sister-in-law's tall. The only person that isn't is my mother-in-law, and she's still like relatively tall, like in comparison to the rest of America. Okay. So we should be set. And my son's already. You see how big my son is. Like he's up to my nipples already, and he's 6. You better. I'm gonna have to cut his ass down a couple of notches when he gets older. You ain't gonna be looking over me when I'm yelling at you. I'm not going to be doing that fucking, get your ass back and you better be back by 11. He better know that, like, I will leg kick the fuck out of you. Try me, bitch.
You do what you want.
Yeah, I'm a
come back late.
I'm a calf kick the fuck out of you. Act like we won't. No, I don't want to rule by fear. But, yeah, what time is it? Do you have a time on you?
It is 5:15.
Ooh, we a little over. All right, buddy. Well, it was great having a talk with you. I don't want to keep you too long from your busy day. Look, if you guys don't know this, my man Jerry has a very precise schedule that he likes to stick to. So it was super weird that I was like able like 3 days out to just be like, yo, by the way, do you want to come record a podcast? So you guys should be extremely lucky that Jerry stopped by, because I know I am. No, but if you guys, are you putting your Instagram out?
Yeah,
do you care?
No, you're good. So it's I have a poetry account. It's chaos.personified. For the theme of the poetry is more or less philosophical. It's more of a philosophical take on life, and I try to not make it more or anything related to the military, just so everyone can enjoy it, if you will.
Nice. And make sure that's on Instagram. You're not on TikTok, right?
Not on TikTok.
Good.
I wouldn't
Stay
even
that way.
count my YouTube right now. It's just...
You gotta start pushing that content, homie. You guys know where to find me at Nick Racioppi Comedy on TikTok and Instagram. I will say this: if you guys are watching these videos and you're not following me on Instagram, what you doing? Second of all, if you're on my Instagram and you're not watching my videos, also, what you doing? So let's bump these views up. I'm gonna hopefully start getting on stage here soon. The comedy store the Dead Crow Comedy Club down in Wilmington, North Carolina, should be opening up this coming month. And if they're not, there's some gigs I think out in New Bern that I'll be looking into. So you guys will be able to see me on stage here soon. And we'll get that content pushed. I'm gonna try and push up some of these interviews 2 times a week, so it would be a Wednesday and Monday release, and then also my normal podcast on Saturdays. So we're on the incline here. If we're talking podcasting and cryptocurrency, we're on the up and up. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I love you. Thank you so much for the support again, because I'm super appreciative of it. And don't forget to drop a like.
2 seconds.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I forgot, because not all these people listen to Greek mythology.
True.
So when I say chaos, it's spelled with a K, so it's KHAOS.
Yep.
Dot personified.
Yep. Yeah. And if you don't know how to spell personified, just Google it. No, thanks so much. Love you guys. Peace.